So here we are with Season 3, Episode 5 of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Last episode, Catra has had enough. She was going to open that portal, and it seems like she did towards the end. She was opening it even if there was going to be dire consequences, because she would rather have the entire place be destroyed than having somebody else hurt her feelings. So we'll just have to see the result of this portal opening, if it's gonna like scatter them or something. Or I jokingly said in my Patreon description that like, oh, this is how the multiverse started. Yeah. It just cracks the universes and stuff. Who knows? Who knows? We'll just have to see what's going to happen. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access in the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. Oh. Oh.
How did I get here? You're in your room? Are you I'm fine. I was just...
Interesting. Interesting.
Adora, everything's perfect. Yeah.
Is Catra gaslighting her? Alright, she's right back in her work clothes. Well, they did say it's gonna like rip time and space or something if they open up the portal, so... I've also been thinking about how like we should be having like an episode where Adora and Catra are just kind of alone by himself, but then I've been thinking about that, but then I'm just like, well, I mean, technically they've had those episodes before. Oh, this is... Oh, if this is if she actually went through with it.
Yeah, I defeated the rebel insurgents at...
Yeah, fuck those rebels.
I did that.
Hey, watch where you're going, twerp. Force Captain, I didn't know you were... I'm so sorry.
You'd better be. Dismissed.
Okay, I was thinking about that thing too, but I totally forgot that.
Don't hurt me.
Very funny that this is like Catra basically using Adora for protection.
Surprise!
What is this?
It's supposed to be a...
Are those ration bars? You were the one who talked Shadow Weaver into letting us come.
Oh.
We all pitched in, took Kyle's ration bars for a week, and made this.
Oh my god.
But celebrating your victory...
Oh my god, I was thinking something that was gonna...
Gray kind.
You even got the gray...
And the brown kind. Hey, it was Catra's idea. Oh yeah? Whatever, don't make a big deal about it. Wow, I can't believe you like me.
I can't believe y'all just stole Catra's... sorry, Kyle's rations like this.
No.
Oh, come on, Kyle.
Sorry.
Hey, that was his rations in the first place. Oh, they're having a little food fight. Mara.
Adora, get off the floor.
No, it's Shadow Weaver.
Who sacked Thamor, and you.
Ooh.
Look at you. You're a mess. Go get yourself cleaned up.
What the fuck, Shadow Weaver? You've just wiped that on her hair.
On such foolish games.
Yes, Shadow Weaver.
Adora, come with me.
Adora! Every time I hear Shadow Weaver, I can't stop. Where? She had that in her hand?
You are becoming every bit the leader I always knew you to be.
Mm-hmm. I moted you.
He's rewarding you with a new mission.
Really?
I love more work. You did great work, so we're giving you more work.
The Force Captain who will lead the Horde
Horde to victory.
It's what you've always dreamed of.
Mm.
Everything is perfect.
Oh, we got to see... Why can't I remember her name? I've been fucking saying her name this whole time. Oh, there's Scorpia talking with...
Hi, I'm Scorpia. Oh, hey, Adora. You know, I don't know what it is, but I do not like you.
Wow.
This gut feeling I have. It's that little poof thing you do with your hair.
She's still sharing that feeling of...
Gigantic forehead.
Oh, shit! You know what? I thought about that once, but the fact that Scorpia said...
My name is Adora anyway. It's like, okay, I get it. Everyone does you, but I do not.
Welcome, Force Captain.
Damn, dude. Scorpia's really out here. Mm. What happened to the stars?
Where's the screen?
There's no screen. All the information should be in your report.
Oh?
Force Captain!
Oh, there she goes. Not Scorpia doing the loony bit. As a person who's recently been on a Demon Slayer binge, I'm just over here like, yo, this is like Mugen Train.
Adora, what is wrong? Did you write this?
It's just
Did I
a
write
blank
piece of
paper.
I'm gonna go with no. Can't calm down. There's something I keep forgetting. There's something I'm supposed to fix. I remember a sword, a bright light, and you were there.
Damn! Her emotions just came out.
Sorry, you were freaking out, and it was freaking me out. You're probably right. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is not daijoubu.
Of course I'm right. Everything's perfect. Soon the two of us are gonna.
I mean, this is perfect for Catra, right? Having Adora back and just continuing with the initial timeline.
Don't flake out on me now. This is what we always wanted.
Is that really what you wanted or the Horde wants?
What if we don't stay together? What if it all goes wrong?
No.
Stay with me, okay? You're just seeing things. It's all in your head.
I think that's the problem.
We're being sent to Selenius tonight. But they
Tonight?
briefing that's not for another week.
Oh?
Adora, it's been a week.
Damn, dude. Time is just going and changing.
Everyone keeps telling me everything is perfect, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone except Scorpia.
Oh. Everyone except Scorpia.
You don't think things are perfect. Whoa! Ever heard of personal space? I happen to take it very seriously. And also,
What? This isn't Scorpia.
all of my memories stop in Horde Sanctum. There's something in there, something powerful and dangerous.
Huh,
And
you think the
that's where
portal
it all
will be there?
started. They're gonna fix things.
Okay, Adora, I totally hear you. Everything's gonna be fine. In fact, I think I know.
She's just gonna knock her out.
You have to remember something. Tell me you remember. Even Catra is.
Catra.
Oh. Cause she technically not met Catra, quote unquote.
And Catra, she was just scared. She didn't mean to.
To shock entrap her.
How did we get here? I don't know. I just know we have to go to Horde Sanctum.
Oh, here we are.
How did we get here?
Just go with it.
Hey, you're starting to feel it.
We are so fired.
These two. Damn, y'all beat him up.
We have to hurry. There's got to be another way in. It's that lady.
Was that Razz? Yeah, Madam Razz. Well, there's Mara just running around. I do feel like Mara would be one who's not affected by all of this, because she's already a little loon, you know? Oh, somehow managed to get into his lab.
Everyone, so fast.
Well, you probably got a lot of, like, armor on you, it looks like, you know? Those claws probably weigh a lot.
And then you can go back to hating me.
Look, if you get us out of this, I promise I won't hate you. I will just dislike you a reasonable amount.
Just close enough to hating.
No, this can't be right. It was here.
The
It was
portal,
here.
but it's not
Where
here.
is it? It was Catra. Catra did this. She captured me.
She took the sword.
She activated the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Sword? The sword.
The sword!
Be a sword.
And there's Hordak. That baby can just see you right there.
That was close.
Happening. I don't understand what is going on. Adora, wait.
Oh, she got taken by the blast. It's just constant blasts of the portal, I would presume. Oh, there's Mara just wandering. Sorry, not Mara. Razz just wandering.
Who are you? Why do I know you?
I'm lost, actually.
Where are Kyle and Rogelio? Who?
What?
Our teammates since we were kids. Where are
Damn, they got wiped out.
I don't remember.
Ah, she doesn't remember.
What is going on?
So she didn't see the eruption until she started
have to.
And she's disappeared. All right.
Catra! Adora! Huh?
Who are those people? Who are they?
Hey! You've officially lost it, haven't
Hey, a baton!
you? Have to go. Now!
The electric baton. There's just a whole box of them.
Don't say it's perfect. I know it's not perfect, and so do you!
Uh-oh. She's just trying to keep... She's getting memories, but she's...
You've gone crazy.
She's still...
Catra!
She's still refusing.
What are you?
Oh, somebody was gonna get shocked at some point in that room. Alright, so gotta go find her in the woods, in the Whispering Woods, like where everything starts, it feels like. Hey yo, you make one sharp turn and Catra would just fall right off of that. Well, I suppose this is like how they first came into the Whispering Woods, huh? On a boat? On a ship? On a flying boat?
I won't leave you behind again.
Oh.
Can't you just
Stay instead of
Everything
leaving.
we ever wanted. As much as I wish that things could be simple the way they used to be, there's no going back.
Yep. Just because your bonds are broken doesn't mean that it can't be mended.
There's no time. We have to go.
You look out for me, and I look out for you. Nothing really bad can happen as long as we have each other. You promise?
I promise everything will be okay if we just stay together. Come with me. You don't have to go back there. We can fix this. Help me fix this.
Oh, all these trigger words out here, dude.
You get it? I am never going to go with you.
Uh-oh.
You always
Damn, she's
said
really
no,
morphing into her evil laugh.
don't you?
Oh, shit!
Catra, look what's happening. You're going to destroy everything.
That's the point!
I won't let you win. I'd rather see the whole world end than let that happen. Catra, no!
Damn. Oh, there goes her badge. Well, and now Adora is all alone.
Is that you, Mana?
Oh, and there is Razz.
It's been such a long time since we last saw each other, hasn't it?
Yes.
It hasn't happened yet.
I suppose.
Things mixed up. I couldn't
I suppose.
How do you know all of this? Because this has all happened before.
When
Remember it like it was yesterday.
when Mara broke the portal.
As it was yesterday. This happened before.
I live it every day.
Yes, dearie.
Is that why she's able to?
And took away the stars. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Destroying the world the way she did, and now it's happening. Destroy the world?
No.
Mara saved
The world.
So will you.
Interesting. That's what Razz think compared to Light Hope.
I did that, didn't I? I went back to the Fright Zone.
Maybe if it wasn't there, it might be somewhere else.
That wasn't the beginning. You need to go
Back to the very beginning. When the first portal opened? When Mara opened it?
Right, dearie. You don't need to understand.
You just need to remember.
I have to remember.
She-Ra. Alright, she's running all the way to Bright Moon. Oh, Catra made it. But she's... Oh! She's got a bit of an upgrade, it seems. Ooh. Alright. The one thing that I mentioned before that there was one picture of Catra that I got spoiled by, and I believe this is like the beginning of it, because like I knew that she had something like on her eye or something, like something black, like a mask or something that she put over her eye, so that's what I saw, and I assume this is what, like, that's the issues that I would presume she, like, that part of her body and then her arm, like, touched the portal. And then she managed to get herself out of it, so, like, the portal changed her, and that's why she has that. So, you know, again, Catra's got herself an upgrade. Good for her, you know? Good stuff. But alright. I'm gonna go write some notes, and we will be right back to the center. This one part where, Catra is falling, she looks up and she's just kind of like, you know what, Adora? No thanks, you know? I don't need your help, right? And she just lets go. And it's that feeling of like the potential, like the hero complex that Adora has, where she has to be the hero. And so, you know, in this situation, like, I mean, I don't really think Adora could have saved her, but, you know, it's that feeling of like, oh, Adora potentially could save me, but like, I don't need Adora. So see you later. I'm gonna drop out of here. Goodbye. I can save myself, you know? Alright, so that was episode 5, season 3 of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was it's a pretty good episode, you know. It's a little bit of time and space issue. This portal is just rupturing this whole place, which now I'm kind of pondering, like, is this portal just specifically only rupturing in this planet specifically? Or is like only in one galaxy specifically? Or like the universe? Or like is this affecting everybody? Like everybody like miles and miles and miles away from this planet, because this planet is on like an empty nebula or something. I currently can't remember the name of it, but it's on that one place that's so empty there aren't even stars and all that. As Razz said, she took away the stars. I believe that's what she said. Anyways, rhetorical questions aside, I mean, I'm still gonna have more rhetorical questions, but here we are with Scorpia. Just wanted to talk a little bit about her, simply because, man, this is a Scorpia that we have not seen. Whether they're acting a little bit more differently or not, it kind of makes me wonder if, like, this is just how Scorpia was before she met Catra. But also, like, this Scorpia here doesn't like Adora already because of the feelings she already had before this whole time conjunction stuff. So she's being extra mean, right? I wrote mean girl activates. It really felt like Scorpia was just out here being a mean girl, and I'm just like, oh my god. Is this a side of Scorpia that we just haven't seen before? I'm just like, oh my god. But then later on, right, when Adora goes to see Scorpia again, Adora goes up to grab Scorpia, and then Scorpia's just over there like, ever heard of personal space? I happen to take it very seriously. And like, this is the part during your reaction. I'm just like, yeah, this isn't Scorpia. What the fuck is this? Maybe she only takes personal space very seriously for the people she doesn't like. Understandable, I guess. But eventually, Adora got to Scorpia, right? Got Scorpia to, at the very least, start thinking that there's something wrong about this world, wrong about this timeline that they're on, and she started to see, like, the explosion and all that, you know, kind of like Adora mentions this a little bit, where she's just like, can you guys not see that? Right? She's just seeing this portal beaming in and out. I do wonder, like, even if Adora didn't figure out that this was a messed up timeline, or like she totally forgot about the portal and everything. If everything was deja vu, does that mean that the portal would have just blasted them anyways? I would presume so, right? It would have just blasted them and they wouldn't have known any better. I suppose that's probably what Catra wanted. Because in my notes, I wrote, this is Catra's perfect world. In terms of Catra's perfect world, here we have Adora as the Force Captain instead of Catra. We're kind of on the timeline where Adora stayed, and then she did the siege of Thamor. Well, she captured Thamor and all that, so we got all these people celebrating her. We're kind of back to where it was in episode 1, and kind of like Adora and Catra's childhood, where Catra is staying by her side. They were lollygagging, and Catra bumped into this guy. You know, this guy gives her a little attitude, and then Catra crosses her arm, and then Adora steps right beside her just to be like, you know, dog, you know, like, you're messing with my friend. And it's that feeling of, well, this is what Catra wanted for Adora, right? For Adora to be by her side and protect her when she does dumb shit. So we had a nice surprise. I'm kind of surprised that they even thought of having a celebration. This ration bar cake thing that was made from Kyle's rations. Like, dude, even in this perfect world, Kyle's getting bullied. This boy can never fucking rest it. And then he ended up dropping it, and there's like, Kyle, why'd you do that, Kyle? Like, again, like, these are his fucking rations. He can fucking drop it if he wants. So we see Shadow Weaver coming in, right? And then she points over at Catra, who's just kind of ready for a little bit of scolding from Shadow Weaver, as per usual. You know, Shadow Weaver points it at Catra instead of Adora. And so Yeah, she was waiting for that, but then we just have Shadow Weaver who just wipes that away for her. And by wiping that away from her, I mean she just wiped it off her cheek and then rubbed it on her hair. I'm like, why would she do that? It's unless she used like some magic or something and just evaporated the ration off of her cheek and she had none on her thumb, you know? But it really looked like she just rubbed it all over Catra. Really fucking show her, dude. Catra, who was a little afraid of Shadow Weaver, or just a child who's just like, alright, I'm gonna get it now, you know? It's just waiting for it to be over. But Shadow Weaver ends up being quote-unquote nice to her, you know? Oh, look at you, you're a mess, get yourself cleaned up. Again, it's Catra's perfect world. Unfortunately for this perfect world of Catra, it wouldn't have lasted long. Adora is getting flashes of memories, and also because she is slowly remembering it, she's seeing all these flashes from the portal that's ready to erupt at any moment, and she's freaking out because of it. Catra is also getting flashes of memories of all the things that Adora is saying, and you know, all these words that's triggering her, and she's slowly remembering, but she refuses to acknowledge it until the very end. She just kept telling Adora, everything's okay, everything's fine, everything is perfect. And they also had this talk about like wanting to rule the world, or at the very least that's what Catra says, and then Adora was like, is that really what you want to do, rule the world? Like, honestly, that sounds like a lot of fucking responsibility. I thought it was an interesting thing just because it continues to go with like the grooming process that the Horde does to these kids, right? Training them when they were young and putting them into these military stuff, getting them to raid towns, you know, causing all these destructions and havoc, and continuing to brainwash them, telling them that the princesses are horrible people who will kill you before they even say anything. And so the fact that Catra thinks that that's her dream, or she thinks that that is their dream, right? It's like, no, not particularly your dream, but it's a vision that you were given by the Horde, that this is what you should be doing for them specific. I mean, it's not like they would be ruling the world. You would be Hordak until he finds a portal and then he leaves. Then I guess maybe they'd be ruling the world then. So Adora takes Catra out because the frickin' Fright Zone exploded and all of that, and they were having a little fight. Catra refuses to leave. We're kind of having a similar issue in how season 1 started, that, you know, she wants her to come with me, follow me. Everything will be fine if we're all together. We're getting that flashback again to them as kids. Nothing really bad can happen as long as we have each other. To which, you know what? This could be true, but like, damn, dude, the opposite's really happening right now. A lot of things are happening because y'all don't have each other. And I do like this part where the baby Catra says, you promise, and then as baby Adora is about to say it, it gets replaced by, like, you know, current Adora. As she says, I promise that we will be here together. Everything will be deja vu, you know? Come back with me. You don't have to go back there. We can fix this and all that. Fixing. What if Catra doesn't want to fix things, you know? I mean, that kind of goes back to like what I initially talked about for season 1, episode 2, when, you know, Catra left and all that. It's that feeling of not wanting to change, being fine with your environment and everything, and not wanting to leave it despite the other person. It's just like, hey, you know, we could potentially lead a better life, but that unknown is much scarier than being in an abusive household for some people. We've got Catra who snaps and says, I'm never going to go with you. She would rather the world be destroyed than letting Adora win. You ain't getting this W from me, Adora. And I kind of already mentioned the whole thing of her falling into the portal. She's got a new upgrade from this, so we'll just have to see what she's gonna do with this new upgrade of hers. You know, she's gonna be a little stronger. She's got better vision with her new eye and all that. Who knows? We get to see Madame Razz again. She's been running around the Fright Zone, just chilling out here. You know, she can just teleport and do whatever, although her talking to Adora kind of opens up a little bit more things, which I really enjoyed, because like the whole thing is that it's been 1,000 years since the last Shira got picked, and Mara knew who sorry, not Mara, I keep calling her Mara now. Razz, Madame Razz, knew who Mara is, so like it's been 1,000 years, and it's just kind of like, how the fuck is this old lady surviving somehow? It also makes me think about the Whispering Woods, because the Whispering Woods keep moving around a lot. But also, if Madame Razz experienced the first portal when Mara opened it up, and caused all this shit. And also Madame Razz says, oh, for me it was like yesterday. So I presume something happened to Mara. She got caught in the portal. I mean, after Adora left to run to Bow and Glimmer, yeah, she lost her smile and she just walked right into the portal. And it's just kind of like, does that mean that I mean, she says if you do it fast enough, you can save the people who got wiped out of existence. I presume she would still be fine, right? Because, like, she just seems like she's outside of time and space now. You know, something that kind of reminds me of BioShock Infinite, you know, with the twins who basically create a paradox of themselves or something like that. And so they're able to travel beyond time and space. So like they're always there, they're just continuously doing all these time stuff. They're the reason why the game starts in the first place. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about for Madame Razz. You know, she got hit with the portal and something just happened and she's now able to do whatever the fuck she wants. What is aging anyways, you know? The interesting thing that I was going to mention is that when Adora freaks out and she's just like, I'm so afraid of becoming another Mara, destroying the world the way she did, and now it's happening again. And then she gets whacked, right? Destroy the world. No, she saved the world, and so will you. But you can't waste any more time, you go back to the beginning. So she says that Mara saved the world from somebody like Light Hope, potentially, because like Mara said when they got her message and all that, that Light Hope was using a weapon, can use a weapon, is about to use a weapon, something weapon, right? That's one of the reasons why Mara decided that she's going to move Etheria to this other galaxy where nobody else can find them, there's no stars anywhere, and she's just been putting them in hiding this whole time. So, and then they were talking about they and them, I think, and I remember because I was thinking, who is she talking about specifically? They, them, this person, or this army, or whatever, and I was just like, is it Horde Prime's army? Because he's kind of been going around conquering planets and everything. You know, it's that one of the ways. Or is it the first ones themselves, right? That the first ones were planning on doing something. I mean, they have a fucking AI, Light Hope, who's just on this planet, and Light Hope, being the AI, could easily just be like, okay, this is what we need to do in order to save Etheria, or to save the first one, save our people and all that, you know, I'm gonna do some drastic shit. Classic AI stuff, you know, wipe out humanity. What Madame Razz says, right, it's the opposite to what Light Hope tells Adora, right, that Mara couldn't leave behind her feelings, couldn't disconnect her from her earthly tethers and all that, and so that's why she did this. She broke the She-Ra line, and Adora's been fed these lines of like, you don't want to be like Mara, okay? Mara broke the She-Ra line. She broke our connection to the first ones. So, like, don't be like her. And what Light Hope basically wanted Adora to do was just, you know, become like an AI. Have rational, maybe not rational, but have a much more logical conclusion if this is the things they need to do to be able to make sacrifices. Because, you know, an AI would be able to make sacrifices pretty fucking easily. They don't give a shit. It kind of does feel like Light Hope is doing that. And, you know, and this clicks in my head now where I'm like, she was getting groomed by the Horde, and then she goes into Bright Moon, becomes She-Ra, goes into the Whispering Wood, finding all these first one texts, find Light Hope, right, because also Light Hope's been contacting her and waiting for her to be able to reach her and whatnot. So she goes to Light Hope, and she gets trained by Light Hope, who is telling her perhaps Light Hope's truth, right, telling her what the AI I don't know where all my pronouns are going. Light Hope tells Adora her truth, but at the same time, she didn't mention any weapon that Mara mentioned. So, like, there are some things that Light Hope is keeping out. And so the thing that just clicked in my head is that it feels like Adora gets groomed by the Horde, but now the situation isn't any better with her and Light Hope. And, like, Light Hope wanting to mold Adora into becoming, like, the perfect She-Ra, or at least a She-Ra who is much better than Mara, that bitch. Like, it really does feel like not really a good position for Adora. She kind of just fell down one hole and now she's falling down another rabbit hole, but at least that rabbit hole is much more related to her familial line, her lineage and all that as a first one. My god, dude. My god. Anyways, Madame Razz told Adora that she has to remember. She doesn't need to understand. She just needs to remember. And that she has to go back to the beginning. The very beginning. Because, like, Adora's just like, I went to Horde's lab. I don't see the portal. The portal's nowhere over there. So, like, that's not where it is. You have to go back to the beginning. And so Adora thinks about that. And she's just like, I have to go to Bow and Glimmer. And so now I'm just over like, what do you mean go back to Bow and Glimmer? Was that the very beginning? Because if so, does that mean that you'd still have to be in the Whispering Woods? But maybe she's running all the way to Bright Moon. I don't know, because like the crumbling and the explosions and stuff, they're happening at a relatively quick rate. So she really is on a big time limit. My goodness. The very beginning with Bow and Glimmer, does that mean that that's like the time when she switched over to Bright Moon? Like, is she heading to Thamor? Like, I mean, they captured Thamor, but I don't know. I guess we just have to find out in the finale of this season, you know? It affected part of her ear, right? Half of her face, and then like a good chunk of her arm. I will say, another thing that I was reminded of when I was looking at this was Other Side Picnic. It's this anime about like, oh, I can't remember, like folk tales, somewhere around there, like Japanese folk tales, but like horror stuff. The whole thing is that the character ended up getting touched by the other world, and that causes her hand to be like a spirity hand. So she's able to do spirity stuff with that hand. That's also what I'm reminded of when I see this. I wouldn't recommend watching the anime Other Side Picnic. I recommend you just read the manga, or just read the light novel instead. But hey, take that with a grain of salt. I'm a manga head, alright? If I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.